Din Wakadok, Anishinaabe, Wisuin, Gewidinqua, Indoram, Wamshkwamaqua, Long Plains First Nations, Indo-G, Treaty 1 Territory, Sisseton, South Dakota, Indo-G, Chimigwech, the ancestors of this territory, for we do this wonderful work on, the Tsleil-Waututh, the Simiamu, the Katzie, Kwantlen, and if I've forgotten any territories, I ask for forgiveness.
I'm First Nations Nehio Cree from Onitskopuni, which is Saddle Lake, Alberta, and I'm also a residential school survivor, and I have seen all the things that have happened to the children in residential school.
My name is Victoria Buffalo Robe. I am Cree First Nations from Treaty 4 in Saskatchewan. My reservation's called Gawakatus, means skinny man or thin man. And the teachings that I have had about the medicine wheel and its significance in our systems of thought and thinking in Indigenous ways are from Frank Lacoste originally, and his teachings were from Joe Rohn. And so when he passed, Joe Rohn and Lily Rohn became my teachers as well, and those are elders that have also passed. And after that, my teachings were from the world around me and my mother and my grandmother and my aunt.
With the medicine wheel teachings, I was starting to talk about the Creator, on how in the beginning He created everything on Mother Earth, and He created everything in balance. So that is why we have the medicine wheel teaching, so we can learn to live our lives in a balanced way.
The medicine wheel represents the 4 directions, which is the northeast, south, and west. And in those quadrants are 4 different colors that represent grandfathers and grandmothers. And those are animals and spirit helpers that we pray to and look towards. They also represent teachings of respect and trust and humility and forgiveness and forbearance and integrity. There's many stories that will use animals and our natural environment to lead us in our life in the sense of ethics and morality and a sense of self and a grounded centeredness. So that's how I use the medicine wheel. In each quadrant, there is also an aspect of the human lived experience: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And the medicine wheel can be used as a way to reflect on how well we're doing and prioritize on what is needed in order to make sure that our wheel is complete. And then there are very much more deeper meanings in terms of perspective. So, for example, the colors, red, white, blue, and yellow, are the colors that represent the 4 directions. They represent Grandfather Buffalo, Grandfather Wind, Grandfather Thunderbird, and Grandfather Sun, in my way, in my Cree way. And those are reflected in the colors, in red, white, blue, and yellow. And those, in my teachings, also represent the 4 races. Human being, each race has a gift to share with humanity. So Indigenous people have a gift. Our gift is spirituality. And that's what we bring to any circle that we join into. Black people, the blue color, the blue people, they have the gift of water. They have the gift of vibration. They have the gift and the strength of sound and they are significant in the ways of sharing music. And yellow represents the Asian communities, and they are gifted in medicine, and they were able to write it down and share it with the world. And white people, the white quadrant, have a gift of communication. They have the gift, like the wind, they can travel very far and influence.
And some of those teachings represent the four elements of the earth that we need to live by. We need the air to breathe. We need the water for survival, as when we were first born, water came first. And that's the water of life, you know, water is life-giving. And then we have the Sḳwx, the earth, which is providing for all survival. And the medicines that we use, you know, everything on the earth is for providence, for life, okay, the circle of life. Other teachings, the creation of the birds that fly, the animals, the four-legged ones, and the ones that swim, and the two-legged, which is us human beings, right? Those are some of the teachings that we follow through the medicine wheel. So there's 7 sacred animals, and they all represent the teachings of love, honesty, respect, wisdom, and humility, yeah, humility, honesty,
Courage.
and courage, yeah. So all those animals, the eagle, the buffalo, the wolf, the beaver, the turtle, the sabi, and the bear. That's all the 7 sacred animals that represent all the sacred teachings.
What's the sabi?
Sabi is like a Sasquatch,
Oh,
human.
okay.
Sasquatch.
Oh.
It likes a Sasquatch, the human.
The first medicines is the tobacco. Beautiful tobacco gifted to us from Mother Earth to give back for our intentions and our prayers, and it opens the doorway, and it works. The spirit works through the tobacco medicine through a gift. So tobacco is always offered first of all when someone is asked for ceremony or for prayers. And then we have our sage. It takes away the negativity. So we smudge ourselves with the sage in readiness of ceremony with the sage that sits in the west. Cedar here that sits in the north, and the cedar is it's a very cleansing medicine. It's held in high regards here in the West Coast Territory. It's the start of ceremony. When we burn that cedar, it's the start of beautiful ceremony. When burning cedar, it takes the fear of the unknown away. And we offer our loved ones. So we place the cedar wrong side up when we're offering our loved ones to the spirit world. And then we have the sweetgrass. Beautiful, cute little, small little braid of sweetgrass here. You know, the hair of Mother Earth. It's a kindness medicine. It also gets the attention of our ancestors, and we use it in the end of life ceremonies. So all these beautiful medicines here have their own healing powers, and I'm grateful to be able to sit here, you know, in front of all these medicines here, and they all represent the 4 directions. So the medicine wheel, it's a way of our life. I heard somebody say one time, I don't do the medicine wheel teachings, I live it. And you know, this is our way of being. This is our way of taking care of ourselves spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally. So each quadrant here is really important in our daily walk. And when one needs work on one, they all need work. So it's a constant each and every day to work on ourselves in all these aspects here. So it's a beautiful way of life to be able to give back the teachings of the medicine wheel, especially when the medicines itself are incorporated in this medicine wheel. Chenstway, all my relations.
The best way for every individual to have balance is to show respect and be an example for others to follow. You know, especially for elders or anybody who is a teacher should be able to set an example for others to follow. And that's how we can help others to learn, you know, and even as children, you know, the most important thing for children right now is to teach those little children while they are small, because they never forget. That is why I survived, because I was very much loved as a little child. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents, and grandparents are so important for youngsters, right? You know, and because they can teach you so much, you know. As a little child, we were taught to be independent already. You know, we were taught how to do things. We were taught how to survive. And you never forget those things when you're taught those things as a little wee child, you know, and to give them love, pray with them, you know, and they never forget that. They never forget that, those teachings. Yeah. Ni mi wei ten, ewa pa mi tan, tawao pitigwe, tawao pitigwe, ni mi wei ten, ni mi wei ten, ewa pa mi tan. Welcome, come on in. I'm so glad to see you.